We have a very interesting show that I'm going to get into today, but I'm going to start with one question. Who goes, Jarren Duran or Wilyer Abreu? If you think Jarren Duran's going to get traded at the deadline, type JD in the comments. If you think it's going to be Wilyer Abreu, type WA. I want to hear your thoughts because until the deadline, this is going to be one of the most highly divisive conversations among Red Sox Nation. Welcome in to this edition of the Red Sox Rundown. I am your host, Jack, and Craig Breslow has to choose. He does not have a choice. The Red Sox have a clear, and I mean clear, logjam in the outfield. Roman Anthony is up on this roster, and he is not going anywhere. So where is he going to play? If you trade for a potential DH at the deadline, if Masataka Yoshida comes back and plays DH, those DH at-bats are going to be gone. So what happens in the outfield? Because Roman Anthony is going to be in the outfield. It's going to happen. That means one of these outfielders is going to have to go. And Craig Breslow is going to have to make a very tough decision. So in today's video, we are going to weigh both options. We're going to talk about Jarren Duran. We're going to talk about Wilyer Abreu. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on who I think, personally, the Red Sox should keep at the 2025 MLB Trade Deadline. The reason I'm talking about all of this is because Bowden of The Athletic, he put out an article where he polled AL and NL executives, and they were talking about the players that they believe are most likely to be traded at the deadline, and both Duran and Wilyer Abreu were mentioned, and there are good points to support each side as to why each side should potentially be traded. Let's talk first about Jarren Duran. One of my favorite players. Got to meet him at on-field photo day, which was absolutely awesome. He's my mom's favorite player, so I do have a little bit of bias for Jarren Duran. He was listed as the 6th most likely position player by executives in Major League Baseball. Real quick, here's what Bowden had to say about Jarren Duran and the prospect that he would be traded. He said, "I was surprised by how many front office executives mentioned Duran. It makes me think that the Red Sox may have decided Wilyer Abreu will play right field and Roman Anthony will play left going forward. Duran, 28, is under team control through 2028. Last year, he led the majors in doubles and triples and had 21 home runs and 75 RBIs and 34 stolen bases. This year, he is slashing. This is as of the time of the article releasing. 253, 313, 410 with 20 doubles and a league-leading 9 triples. He has been linked with the Padres and the Phillies in trade talks." So it's true. Duran is not contributing to the level that he contributed last year. That is true. If you're looking at his stats, he had the slash lines in his article, which I think are they the same? They're not the same. They're different. But he's slashing 253 batting average, 721 OPS, a 100 OPS plus, which means he is a league average bat, 6 home runs, 47 runs in, 39 RBIs, 15 stolen bases. He's got a WAR of 1.5. I mean, that's a good ball player in general. However, is that the ball player you want leading off your team? Duran has been incredibly inconsistent this year. 26 walks to 97 strikeouts. He's not hitting at nearly the clip that he hit at last year. He does already have 9 triples compared to the 14 he had last year, which I believe co-led all of Major League Baseball, but he is just not contributing the way that he did last year. And I think the biggest point of all around Jarren Duran is his defense has gone downhill mightily compared to last year. I mean, this year he's got the same amount of errors that he had last year. Oh, that's actually not. Yeah. He got the same amount of errors that he had last year already, and we're not even at the All-Star break. His defense, which was really solid last year, is starting to wane. And with the fact that he's not hitting at the clip he hit last year, his defense needed to be top-notch. The reason why is because Wilyer Abreu won a Gold Glove last year as a rookie. The defense is incredibly valuable, and we've seen that with Ceddanne Rafaela. Ceddanne Rafaela, I'm not talking about him today because I think he is the safest of the three, which I would have not said at the beginning of the season. He's hitting the ball at an incredible clip, and he has platinum glove level defense. I saw him make 3 or 4 diving plays while I was at Fenway alone in this past week. Ceddanne's not going anywhere. Wilyer's won a Gold Glove last year. Duran might be the odd man out. However, so those were the cons. Here's the pros. Duran does have the backing of Cora, and Duran is a Cora player. And I get it. Everyone hates Cora. People want Cora fired. This, that, the next. I understand. But it means something to have the backing of the manager, whether you like it or you hate it. Duran was one of Alex Cora's confidants last year. Duran was the player that Cora pushed and challenged the most and got the most out of. And you just traded away one of Alex Cora's guys in Rafael Devers. I don't think that should happen again. I do not believe that if Craig Breslow and John Henry and Sam Kennedy and all of them are smart, do not piss off your manager any more than you probably already have. Now, Cora has come out and said he's fine, we should trust the front office, whatever. But deep down, there is some resentment for trading Rafael Devers. You can't do that with Duran. And then secondly, Duran is a spark plug of this team. If he goes, this offense goes. And we saw that. We've seen that. He leads off, gets a double, leads off, gets a triple. He's stealing bases. That's incredibly valuable for this young team that has struggled this year to put runs on the board. I mean, you've got other players that can kind of replicate that, but there are no other Jarren Durans on this team. So personally, I don't know if Duran is the one to go. We're going to talk about Wilyer here in a second, but I want to hear your thoughts. If you were Craig Breslow, would you trade Jarren Duran? Type T for trade if you would. Type K for keep if you would not. Let me know down below in the comments and give me your thoughts. I want to hear them down below. This is why you subscribe, guys. When the Red Sox make a move, we make a video. They're going to be active. Whether buying or selling, I personally believe they're going to buy while also soft selling, a la one of your outfielders is probably going to get traded. When a move happens, we're going to make a video. I have a short out reacting to it right away, and then I'll have a video out right after it. Don't miss out on the coverage every single day. I'm still in my hotel in Boston at like 9 o'clock at night filming these videos because that is the commitment I have to you guys. Hit that subscribe button. Join the family. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers as soon as possible. I really do appreciate it. Let's talk about Wilyer now. Wilyer is the better player overall, I think. He was listed as the 10th position player most likely to be traded this trade deadline. And I actually do kind of agree with what Jim Bowden says surrounding Wilyer. Here's what he had to say. He said, Abreu was mentioned because some teams would prefer him over Duran in a trade due to his elite defense. He also has an additional year of control. However, I get the impression Boston's preference is to trade Duran over him unless the return for Abreu is much better. Abreu, 26, is batting .256 with 16 home runs and a 125 OPS plus. And he will, again, be in contention to win a Gold Glove award for AL right fielders. So I agree with Bowden and kind of these executives on how they value Wilyer Abreu. He's currently slashing .261 batting average with an .835 OPS with a 129 OPS plus. He's got 17 home runs, 48 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. And he's played, incredibly solid defense, 5 errors, not great, but not the end of the world whatsoever. He leads Duran in offense and defense, yes. And that's why I think Duran's probably more likely. But you would get more for Wilyer right now. I know that people argue you should trade Duran. You're going to get a lot for him. His value's high. Well, it's not nearly as high as it was last year. And I think Wilyer's is probably around the highest it's been. He has a 2.4 WAR, which compared to last year, we had a 3.4 WAR. He's probably going to surpass that this year. That's a good season for an outfielder that a lot of teams would probably want. San Diego, Philly, any other team that needs an outfielder. I think Wilyer would be a really interesting prospect. He's also got team control through 2029. That's one extra year over Duran. Wilyer is a more appeasing option than Duran. Doesn't have any of the drama attached. He's better offensively. He's already won a Gold Glove as a rookie. He's got an extra year of team control. If you're trying to get the biggest package possible, the highest upside package possible, Wilyer would be the player to go. Now, if you're looking just performance-wise, Duran would make more sense. He has regressed offensively. He's definitely regressed defensively. If you're trying to put the best team on the field, you trade Duran and you keep Wilyer. However, Wilyer's value is higher, and Duran has both the Alex Cora connection and he is the spark plug of the offense. Not to say Wilyer can't be that, but Jarren Duran hitting leadoff, night in, night out, not as much as he was, but most nights, is incredibly valuable. And, Wilyer at this point has not offered that type of value in the lineup. But, again, he's better offensively, he's better defensively, he's got an extra year of team control. So, in conclusion, if you want the best package, Wilyer's the one that should go. If you're going just based off of performance, it should be Duran. I'm going to give you my thoughts on who I would trade in a second. But first, would you trade Wilyer Abreu? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I would assume if you typed T for trade for Duran, you're going to type N for no for Wilyer. And then I would assume if you typed K for keep for Duran, you're going to type Y for yes for Wilyer. But let me know. Y for yes, N for no. Would you trade Wilyer Abreu? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. At the end of the day, I would keep Jarren Duran because I think it is a win-win situation, and this is how. Wilyer's going to get you the best return at the trade deadline. He has the highest value of both Duran and Wilyer. I've already outlined all the reasons why. No drama attached. He's better offensively. He's much better defensively. He's already won a Gold Glove as a rookie, and he's got an extra year of team control. That is a win. You will get the best package possible if you trade Wilyer. On the other hand, with Duran, you appease your manager enough to where you're not fully pissing him off, you're not losing a huge portion of your fan base who are Jarren Duran fans, and you still get a league average, if not better, bat in your lineup that is by far the biggest spark plug in your entire lineup. I think Duran has a lot more value than just the raw statistics. I think he's a ball player, and that matters. I think he also has the connection to the coach. That matters. I think he has also started to take on a leadership role in the clubhouse. That matters. Wilyer does not do those things as far as I know. He does not do those things. And that's okay. He doesn't have to do those things. All he has to do is go out and play ball. But if you do those things, that does add to your value apart from the raw statistics. So at the end of the day, while everyone wants to trade Duran because he's not performing well, I actually think you should keep him and trade Wilyer Abreu instead. Those are my thoughts. Those are my legitimate thoughts. And yes, again, I am a Jarren Duran fan. I have some bias around Jarren Duran. But you can't tell me after I gave you all of those points that I just gave you that I'm off base. I think if you want the best package possible, Wilyer's the person you should trade. I'm just being real. Duran offers you a lot more off the field too, that as far as I know right now, Wilyer has not offered. And again, that's not a bad thing. He's not being asked to do that. That's not a bad thing. But Duran has taken on more off the field as a leader, nurturing these young guys. All that he does for the fans, that's important stuff. That goes beyond the raw stats. So I think they should keep Duran, and I think they should trade Wilyer. that's where I'm gonna end it, guys. Thank you all so much for taking time to watch this video. I wanted to kind of get into the weeds and give my thoughts, because this is an argument that people are gonna be having until a trade goes down. Wilyer or Duran, who's gonna be the one to go? When someone gets traded, we will make a video here on the channel. So don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, because as soon as the news drops, we will have it on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Happy 4th of July as well. Go out and do whatever you're going to do. And until next time, go Sox.